The Illinois primaries are coming up. They're just weeks away, and we want you to get to know the candidates. And joining us now is one of the folks vying to represent Illinois' 9th District in Congress, our good friend of the show, Illinois State Senator Mike Simmons. Senator Simmons, welcome back to Out Chicago.
Thank you. How are you?
We're doing great. The sun is out. We're getting all fired up. We're just looking at like the ridiculous little circus that was happening in Congress this week, and we're really hoping that somebody will go to Congress and actually remind Congress that they are an equal branch of government and to do their job.
Yeah. What do you think? Possible?
Right. Well, absolutely it's possible. It's funny because I was just out. I'm in Uptown right now, in the Uptown neighborhood, and I'm interviewing with someone about why I'm running for Congress. Mm-hmm. And I just was saying that I think that we need people there who it doesn't seem like they're not there. I mean, I feel like we don't have effective representatives at all in Congress right now that meet the moment. And that's what a lot of voters are saying. They're saying they feel like fascism has taken over our country, and Congress is just sort of being pulled along, and it's not doing anything and not pushing back and not exercising oversight. And that's not my style, right? I mean, I'm running for Congress to come in with the fire and to stop this madness and to write the next chapter of American history.
What's keeping them from doing the right thing, Mike?
I mean, I don't know. I think you'd have to ask them, right? I mean, somebody asked me that this morning too, and I said, I don't know. I think I can tell you my thought is they're probably just out of touch. I think they're complacent. I think a lot of Democrats are complacent, and it's really getting us into trouble. I think that there are Republicans that have been co-opted by Donald Trump, and they're afraid of him. They're afraid to push back. They're afraid of him primarying them.
Right.
Even in the United States Senate, right, at the highest levels of government. And so I think that's why Congress is sort of just sitting right now while Trump is taking us into wars, is issuing executive orders every day that take away our rights. And it's just wanton destroying our democracy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you hit that one right on the nosy. Yeah. Look, so you're one of the things that I love about you is you are always out in the community. You are out like finding out what people need. You're talking to folks that's going on. Right now is with your work as a state senator here. So during your time on the campaign trail, what are the issues folks in the 9th are most concerned about?
Yeah, I was just out door knocking just yesterday and about to be out again in a couple of minutes here. And the thing I consistently hear about is two things. One, just everything is so expensive, the cost of living. Mm-hmm. And Uptown and Edgewater and Rogers Park, people are feeling rent increases. They are concerned that hedge funds are buying buildings and turning them to luxury rentals, buying single-family homes and turning them into investment properties. And we don't see Democrats in Washington talking about that because they don't understand it. They're out of touch. They don't live in these communities. They don't feel the pressures of everyday people. In the suburbs, people are worried about that as well. I was out in Cary, Illinois, and I had a voter tell me that she struggled to find a one-bedroom apartment for under $2,000 for a family member, and that's 50 miles west of Rogers Park.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. I mean, affordability is definitely up on everybody's list. I know last week I ran out. I needed like toilet paper and 2 frozen pizzas, and it was $35. I'm like, what? Wait, what the heck is going on here? And look, the housing crisis, that's something that I really want to talk about. And because I do think it might be for another day, but I do think like Airbnb and all of these places like VRBOs, they're ruining the housing market for so many people because they are buying up homes and people aren't living there the whole time. They're just renting them and making money. And it's that.
Yeah. How do we put that genie back in the bottle?
Well, it's a complex situation, but my platform, which, by the way, I want your listeners to go to MikeSimmons.org, go to issues. I've got a whole section on this. I think that the first thing I would do would be to bring forward legislation in Congress to stop hedge funds and private equity firms from buying up buildings and turning them into investment properties. I think we need a national moratorium on this because it's not just affecting the 9th Congressional District where I'm running for Congress, but it's a problem affecting American cities where, if we're not careful in a few decades, the cities will just become places only the very rich can live. And I don't think any our artists don't want that, our longtime residents don't want that, our families don't want that. And so our cities are what they are because of the people that live there. So we have to think bigger on this and have, I think, a lot more imagination in terms of policy. I also think that we should tax billionaires. I think that we should increase the tax on capital gains. We should close offshore tax havens where tycoons are holding their investment gains and they're not paying into new schools or into public housing or into healthcare, Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. People in Congress have not been effective communicators or fighters on these kind of generational issues, and I think I represent that generational shift. I really do.
And I think part of them take advantage of those loopholes in those offshore bank accounts and the hedge funds, and all. They're talking about limiting the ability of Congress people and senators to own stock because it changes how they feel about things. They make decisions based on their wealth and not on the good of the people. I think is part of the problem, don't you? That they're part of it. They're part of the elite.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people in Congress take donations from real estate and other groups that they want something in return. I mean, look, even in this congressional race, one of my opponents has taken thousands of dollars from some of the same donors who give to Donald Trump, that give to Ted Cruz, that give to AIPAC. And other groups that, we know that when people give money like that, they're going to expect something in return.
Sure.
Even if it's, just not being a leader on certain issues that the district needs you to be a leader on. And so, I'm running as a working class candidate. I'm a top contender in this race, despite the fact that I don't have millions of dollars in dark money coming in for me. Or rich donors around the country who are trying to have influence and want someone that's just going to take their cause. I'm doing this for the people that live in the 9th District, the people that are feeling priced out of housing, the people that can't afford their first home, the folks who are completely going without health care, and our seniors who don't have a pathway to retirement security, and our immigrants who are afraid to leave the house and operate their business because of ICE.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's one thing that has always endeared me to you because you come from a working class background. You understand the people, you understand regular people, and you understand that corporations aren't people. So, which leads me to be like, hey, we need some campaign reform, finance reform. You know what I mean? Totally. Like Citizens United has got to go. It's got to go.
Yeah, it does. And part of that is, the Supreme Court has to be reformed. This is part of my platform too.
Right.
We're left with Citizens United because of the Supreme Court. Corporations are not people, and I think we need to shift from that model, and we need to go to a system of public financing of campaigns where working class candidates would get small dollar matches or other support, so that they don't have to call rich people around the country all day that they don't know, and just let they, decide to support them. I think we would have a Congress that starts to look more like America. And I definitely think that I look like a part of America that is woefully underrepresented in Congress, whether it's as a Black and LGBTQ person, as the son of an Ethiopian asylum seeker, and as someone who grew up in public housing. I think that's a set of lived experiences that are woefully underrepresented.
100%. And if we make reforms to that, then people wouldn't be afraid to stand up against authorities because now they're all afraid about being primaried, and with the billionaires throwing monies at whoever's coming at them. But that to me is like, I've been singing that song for a while. And our time is short with you. I know this administration has also been very, very big with attacks on the LGBTQ community, especially trans folks. And as somebody who is a part of this under this big, beautiful LGBTQ umbrella, how are you prepared to stand for LGBTQ rights?
I think it's just being exactly who I am. Being out and proud, openly gay, state senator. I'm the first openly LGBTQ person to serve in the Illinois Senate. I had my 5-year anniversary actually just on Friday, on February 6th, since I took the oath of office, making that history. And if I were to win the March 17th primary, I effectively would become only the third Black and LGBTQ person to ever take the oath of office in the U.S. House of Representatives. That person can come from,
Keep going.
That person can come from the 9th District. Our district is primed to make that kind of history. And I think it's just that. It's showing up. It's being outspoken, speaking truth to power, pushing back on the bigots and the right-wing ideologues that continue to target trans youth and LGBTQ communities writ large. And then it's I'm not just interested in stopping Republicans. I want to fight for more rights. I think this is something the Democratic Party has to reckon with. Is there too many people that are just reactive to Trump? And what we need to do is respond, and then we need to be willing to seize the narrative and communicate to voters what they're actually struggling with, and then paint a vision that inspires them and makes them see their life improving as part of that vision. And we need to start winning elections, and that's I think something will be a force to be reckoned with by Donald Trump. I don't look like your typical member of Congress. I'm a working class candidate, but I've been very effective in the state Senate. I know how to make things happen.
But I know when you said that it's only been 5 years, I'm like, it's only 5 years because you've gotten so much done in your tenure as an Illinois state senator. And I'm like, oh wow, all right. So what can he do if he's in Congress?
Right.
I think it'd be magic.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's why I'm running.
Do you think term limits would help the cause?
I really do. I think people are staying in Congress way too long. I think we need to take away lifetime appointments on the Supreme Court. That's part of my platform. They need to be taken and rescinded. I also think we need ethics reform. We need to ban congressional stock trading. I would go further in terms of the kind of disclosures that we should require of people who serve in Congress, and definitely our Supreme Court justices who are. We've read stories about Supreme Court justices taking vacations paid for by political insiders.
Yep. I agree with you 1,000%.
Look, Senator Simmons, we are so on the same page. And
yes,
if you
we
want to
are.
find out more information about the values and the issues and how he has supported our community, go to MikeSimmons.org. Senator Mike Simmons, best of luck to you as you head towards the primaries next month. And thank you so much, for all the work that you do for us in Illinois. Okay, yes.
One quick thing too. Thank you for that. The website for my congressional election is actually Mike. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's MikeSimmons.org. So go to MikeSimmons.org, and then you can find me on Instagram at Senator Mike Simmons. I'm on Blue Sky at Mike Simmons for Congress. And I'm on Facebook, Mike Simmons for Congress as well.
All right, MikeSimmons.org.
Wishing you all the best.
There we are. Wishing you all the best, and thank you for taking time out today. Good luck.
Mike.
Thank you.